Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's Metal Mondays with Maiden. So we got three epic cassettes this week. We got British Steel for Priest. We have Samson Head Tactics with Bruce Dickinson. And the EP of Iron Maiden, made in Japan. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So this is one of the granddaddies of them all. This is the sixth studio album from Judas Priest. It was released in April of 1980. It was recorded in 1979 to early 1980, so December to February. It was recorded at Tittenhurst Park, which is Ringo Starr's actual residence. They tried to record this at Ringo's studio, which is called Starling, but they didn't like the sound, they didn't like the groove they were getting, so they actually recorded it in Ringo's home. This is the US release. It has a different starting track list here. The UK version had Rapid Fire as the first track and Not Breaking the Law. This is the first US, Canadian, Columbia pressing. As you can tell, get this to focus a little bit here. And it has some really key staples in the Judas Priest catalog. Breaking the Law, Rapid Fire, Metal Gods, Grinder, United We Stand, and of course Living After Midnight. This is also regarded as one of the most influential heavy metal albums of all time. It also was the first appearance of the drummer Dave Holland with Judas Priest. Dave Holland went on to record a few albums with Priest and was really regarded as the staple Priest drummer until he left the band. So Judas Priest, British Steel, one of my favorite records of all time. How can you go wrong with this? As you can tell, this is a Canadian CBS Capital pressing. It's a first issue because it still has the layout like the old 8-tracks did. So that's how you know that's an original. Next up, we have Samson featuring Bruce Dickinson. This is an odd cassette because it is a promo. It's an advanced cassette. This came out in 1986. This is a compilation of early Samson tracks with Bruce Dickinson on vocals. So it's Paul Samson on guitar, and of course Thunderstick on drums, and Bruce Dickinson on vocal, and Adam on bass. This is the only recording to feature Losing My Grip with Bruce Dickinson on vocal. This features a couple of other cool tracks as well, but Losing My Grip is my favorite out of this one. And also, Thunderstick went on to keep the band going after Bruce Dickinson left, and they ended up recruiting ex-Iron Maiden drummer Clive Burr. And we'll get into Clive Burr at another time. Rest in peace, Clive Burr. He's passed on. He was the real key drummer in this record as well, so we'll get into this. This here is Iron Maiden, made in Japan. Made in Japan actually was originally titled Heavy Metal Army and was released in Japan as a 4-track EP. So the 4 tracks that originally had was Running Free, Remember Tomorrow, Killers, and Innocent Exile. Wrathchild was added to the later release, which was released in North America, and they had a different cover and a different title. So this is the second cover. The original cover is right here, and this is the one that says Made in Japan. This was recorded live off the soundboard in Nagoya, Japan, when they played live there. And this is one of the last recordings featuring Paul Di'Anno on vocals with Iron Maiden, because he was subsequently let go from the band shortly thereafter. And this also had Clive Burr, the original Maiden drummer, on drums. So this is what it looks like. This is the Canadian Capital release of this excellent EP. Some say the original Maiden lineup was really what started modern heavy metal. I don't really agree with that. I think this is more of a post-punk, punk rock / metal type sound that Paul Di'Anno had with Iron Maiden at the time. But this is a must-have in every collector's catalog. And again, it is probably the best live recording of 1981. So this is another killer cassette in the catalog. And it features some pretty cool things. And yeah, I guess that's really it for this week. So we got, again, Made in Japan, British Steel, and Samson. British New Wave Heavy Metal, British New Wave Heavy Metal, British New Wave of Heavy Metal. There's so many other bands in that genre. There's Tigers of Pantang, there's Budgie, there's Diamond Head, there's all kinds. And again, last week, one of the viewers reminded me to mention some of the Canadian thrashers that were in the scene, along with Anvil and Exciter, and that was Sacrifice and Razor. So check those bands out. They're pretty cool. And again, he made a comment as well, Wayne. Thank you for your comment. That Dan was not singing on that Exciter record, but he was still in the band. He was playing drums. Because Dan actually played drums and vocals with Exciter for their first original lineup. So with that correction being said, thank you all for watching. It's been a slice. See you next Monday when we got 3 more epic albums to bring your way. And if you like this content, hit like, drop a comment down below, tell your friends, bug your brother to do the same. Till next week, later.